Welcome to this explainer. Let's just jump right into it, okay? Today we're exploring a really fascinating and honestly kind of heartbreaking paradox. We're looking at why some of the smartest, deepest thinkers out there are so often the absolute least happy people in the room. If you're someone who loves to analyze and figure out how the world ticks, well, this analysis is definitely for you.
So, have you ever noticed something strange about the people around you? Seriously, think about it for a second. While a lot of people just seem to breeze through life effortlessly, highly intelligent people often feel completely trapped. It's literally like they're locked in a room where the walls are built entirely out of their own relentless thoughts.
You look around, and on one side you've got people who are just happy and oblivious. They laugh easily, they sleep peacefully, and they seem totally untouched by the heavy weight of the world. But then, on the other side, you've got these highly analytical folks feeling completely stuck. For them, having a high IQ doesn't feel like a gift. It actually feels a lot more like a curse. And why is that? Because their intelligence gives them this superpower to notice things that everyone else is just way too distracted to see. And here's the kicker. Once you see those things, you absolutely cannot unsee them.
Part 1. The Curse of Overthinking.
You see, an intelligent person rarely just lives in the present moment. Instead, their brain acts like this relentless machine that never ever shuts down. It's constantly running simulations in the background. It asks questions like, okay, but what if this goes wrong? And the problem is, the smarter you are, the better your brain is at imagining incredibly complex problems that don't even exist yet.
And then it stacks interpersonal anxiety on top of that. What did that person really mean by that comment? An overactive mind doesn't just take things at face value. No way. It questions the subtle intentions, the tiny micro-expressions, and the hidden behaviors of literally everyone they interact with. Finally, the brain zooms all the way out to the ultimate heavy stuff. What's the deeper meaning behind all of this? This endless rapid-fire processing is exactly why, while everyone else is out on the dance floor enjoying the party, the highly intelligent person is standing over in the corner, agonizing over the trajectory of their life, the concept of failure, and the inevitability of death. It's exhausting.
Psychologists actually have a term for this. They call it analysis paralysis. It's the mind's constant, exhausting search for certainty in a world that, fundamentally, has absolutely none to offer. This perfectly explains why deeply intelligent people struggle so hard to just sit back and enjoy the present moment, like everyone else seems to do. Which brings us to this incredibly profound point from our source material. Intelligence increases awareness, and awareness often increases suffering. Wow. That's a heavy truth to process, right? But it makes sense. Seeing more of reality, understanding the mechanics of the world in high definition, it naturally brings a much heavier burden of pain along with it.
Part 2. Seeing through society's illusions. Because of that super heightened awareness, intelligent people are incredibly quick to see through the fake games that society plays. Let's be real, most of what society calls happiness is actually built on completely hollow illusions. The illusion that getting a bunch of money will magically create fulfillment. The illusion that getting likes on social media is the same thing as actual love. Or the illusion that hitting some arbitrary level of success will automatically bring you inner peace. Intelligent people spot these empty promises super early in life.
And they don't just see it in big, abstract concepts. They see it in the people right in front of them. They recognize the masks people wear in shallow environments. They notice how incredibly fake everyday conversations can be, and how our society routinely rewards appearance over authenticity. Realizing this doesn't make them feel superior, by the way. Actually, it creates this deep, agonizing sense of loneliness and disconnection. Because once you see that it is a game, it becomes incredibly hard to enjoy playing it.
Part 3. The Trap of High Expectations.
This is where the intelligent mind turns its incredibly critical eye inward. On one hand, they have these extraordinary, vivid visions of what the future could be. But on the other hand, they have to live in a reality that rarely, if ever, matches up to that perfection. And that gap is painful. Because they can always imagine a better outcome. They're constantly moving the finish line on themselves. Average minds tend to adapt pretty quickly to their circumstances. But intelligent minds, they're always asking, could this be better? Am I wasting my potential? Is this really the life I'm supposed to be living? The end result is just a state of constant dissatisfaction. Nothing ever feels like it's enough, even right after achieving a massive success.
Part 4. The Weight of Deep Emotion.
Okay, we really need to debunk a major myth about intelligence right here. Society loves to assume that highly intelligent people are just cold, robotic, and purely logical, like computers. But the reality? So many of them are emotionally intense and deeply feeling. They don't just think deeply, they feel deeply. They pick up on every subtle shift in tone, every change in energy, and every tiny behavior around them.
And there is a very real heavy cost to feeling that deeply. A small betrayal hits them like a ton of bricks. Having to navigate fake friendships just completely drains their energy. But most of all, a meaningless life absolutely terrifies them. Intelligent people crave purpose way, way more than they crave pleasure. And when they can't find that meaning, their powerful intellect turns inward. It creates severe anxiety, existential crises, and total emotional exhaustion. That exact same mind that helps them understand the universe literally becomes the weapon that destroys their peace.
Part 5. Finding peace in presence.
But listen, there is a way forward, and this is the most crucial point of this whole explainer. Intelligence itself is not the problem. Uncontrolled thinking is. This is a massive paradigm shift. That brilliant mind of yours, the one that grasps the complexities of the world, it has to be actively managed, or else it's going to run unchecked and destroy your peace of mind.
The happiest, intelligent people out there manage to balance their intellect with genuine presence by relying on a few really powerful realizations. Number 1, they realize that not every single thought deserves their attention. Number 2, not every question needs an immediate answer. And number 3, not everything in life can actually be understood logically. Sometimes you literally just have to stop trying to control life and start actually experiencing it.
Which leads us to this really beautiful, impactful quote. Peace is not found in knowing more. Sometimes peace is found in thinking less. I love that. True, lasting peace requires consciously silencing the endless noise in your head and just allowing yourself to be right here, right now, in the moment.
So, if your mind never seems to stop and happiness has always felt strangely difficult for you to grasp, I want you to hear this. You are not broken. Not at all. You simply became way too aware, way too early. Your constant mental processing isn't a flaw. It's just a feature of a really powerful engine. You just need to learn how to steer it.
Which leaves us with the ultimate challenge. If you recognize yourself in this explainer today, your greatest task is learning the one vital skill that they never, ever teach you in school. How to live fully without being trapped inside your own mind. So the question is, how will you step out of your thoughts and into the present today?